What is up, DTube Steam blockchain? So today I want to talk about the latest DTube blog post update on the Steam blockchain. This is an update about the DTC mainnet on the Avalon blockchain. So the Avalon blockchain has been in a testnet since I think June of 2019. And this blog post gives some information about a launch date that they're aiming for and a very interesting adjustment. So the adjustment is that the initial starting supply of DTC is not going to be 100 million DTC. It's going to be 4 million. So 25x less tokens. 50% of those tokens are going to go to people that have been using DTube for the last couple of years doing videos and voting. 25% is going to go to round one investors, and 25% is also going to go to contributors and developers and so on. So 2 million is going to go to content creators that has been using DTube while it's been in a testnet and even before that. So 25x less tokens. This is really interesting. I'm really curious how this is going to play out, because some tokens are going to a higher supply up into the billions, and we have not seen that much experimentation with have used a few million. So I'm really curious how that's going to play out. The launch date also that they're aiming for is 10th of May 2020, which is around 3 months from now. So it's not that far off. Yeah. So it's really interesting. I did some math. So around in the round one for investors with the 1 million DTC, I think they sold almost around 50% of those tokens. So around 500,000 DTC left. So it's really interesting if you do the math now. $4,000, just because the price is 10 cents for one DTC. So $4,000 at the moment would give 40,000 DTC, and that would be 1%. That would be 1% of the starting supply of all DTC. That is if a person. So if you play with the idea, okay, let's say 350 million Steam, it's probably a little bit more now, but let's play with that number, and 1% of that would be 3.5 million Steam. That's a lot. And what's really interesting about DTube is, if you go look at like people making videos there is a lot of people that are very high ranked Steamians. Even a few is in the top 100. So it's just interesting. Like it's really fascinating. So even though yes, why I'm so excited about DTube and Avalon blockchain is because it's mainly going to focus on video. Like that's the core idea. While it's a little bit different with the Steam token, yes, you can earn Steam tokens doing videos, and it's amazing. But at the same time, if you look at the whole Steam chain, it's not mainly focused on the video. It does. Yeah, imagine if the whole Steam chain was only focus on video. I think that would give a higher price to the Steam token, because I see video as the ultimate format to deliver content and information to people, or engage other people, engage your audience, or whatever. So for the first time, have a chain that's 100% focused on video. That's going to be interesting to see how it's going to play out. That's going to be so interesting. We have only seen small kind of other token systems. They've been sort of half-baked, and many of them has been sort of, if they've been focusing a little bit on video, it's mainly been like short form video, TikTok video, or like short Instagram story kind of content video. I don't personally think there's that much value in that short form stuff. But the cool thing with DTube is how they have this support for YouTube feature, so people can do long form content. I think the main value is in the long form content, and long form content combined with a token and a blockchain, or blockchain, Avalon blockchain, a blockchain that's 100% focused on video. That's going to be really interesting to see how it plays out. I think it's going to be fascinating. 4 million starting supply. That's cool. So I also did some math just for fun. If DTC would have same market cap as Steam, around the same, then one DTC would be $17. So it's really, really interesting to sort of run the math. And I also was considering how amazing, like imagine if you had an app and it was easy to vote and to distribute DTC to people that makes amazing content. I mean, that's really just gonna make it very mainstream friendly. So when I've been using the Avalon testnet for around 6 months, it feels very mainstream friendly. It's very, very easy to vote. You don't have to power up, and you're getting more voting power all the time, and you don't have to think. You don't have to think about doing something advanced or lock something up. It's so that aspect, that it's more mainstream friendly, and the only thing then that I see is missing, and what's going to bring or can bring mainstream adoption, is to have an app where you can easily vote. Yeah, that's gonna be fascinating. So it's really interesting. Even now in the crypto industry, if you look at Steemit and like daily users, there is only a couple of thousand. But I almost feel that just because video is so much more engaging, and when you have a chain that's solely focused on that, it would give incentive for video creators probably to get more of that token, because then they have more incentive to do better videos, and they have more incentive to reward other people with that sort of token. So it seems as the use would be higher and the incentive would be higher. And yeah, like I'm so curious how this is gonna play out. Like it's gonna be really, really interesting, because it's kind of fascinating. So I've been considering this concept of it seems like value eventually gravitate towards better systems or better tokens. So if one token system is so much better than another system, eventually seems like you're gonna get these pretty quick switches where some tokens are gonna rise up very fast and some other might just fade away. And it's really interesting when everything becomes more about game theory, that people are gonna continue to try to build better game theory systems, better gamification systems, and that there probably is a lot of room for improvements. So we have seen some development lately about some stuff that makes it a little bit more frictionless, is this idea where it's so much easier to go cross chain, and when you can more frictionless move cross chain, it just speeds up everything. So, for example, I think the block trades has been doing a very, very nice job at doing very interesting cross-chain implementations without this super big or where you feel it's very, very close to a frictionless state that you would desire. And yeah, I think people are going to continue to sort of try to make this better and more optimized. I love Uniswap, for example. I think that they've been doing some really nice job to be able to do atomic swaps between different tokens on the same chain. I'm looking forward to this a lot, mainly because I've been a video creator since 2007 on YouTube, and you see how you can speed up everything if you just make the value more easily accessible. Because we already have this aspect of, we can already create like limitless value in many ways. Like a lot of people have these super advanced smartphones now with amazing cameras, and most of them are mainly not utilizing them at the moment because they don't really have that much incentive to it. For example, to grow or to earn some value on YouTube, like the starting phase, it takes a couple of years just to get started. But I think that with something like DTube, that you can speed up this process of a person just do a video pretty quick, and then they can get some tokens instantly that already has value from day one. When we already proven this with Steam, for example, that the people can get an upvote, people can become a vlogger on day one and already start earning. We have already proven it. Now we just need to make it even more frictionless and even easier to get into. And when it's easy to get an account, you get fast access. And when the tokens are also easy, fast access, and when you also when those tokens easily can be exchanged to other tokens, and when everyone sort of are in an ecosystem where everyone is communicating with each other, and value and information can flow more frictionless, the person will have massive incentive to play around with something. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm super curious how it's gonna play out, and yeah, it's just gonna be cool to see how it's gonna play out. Have a great day, DTube and Steam blockchain.